Anno
Commodus.
117. What was that? Was that Marcus?
Marcus Aurelius Caesar.
Anno 117, Pax Romana, Nerd Odyssey. Welcome back, Kernick. You always interrupt me when I'm trying to do my intros.
Yes.
Why do you do this to
It
me?
shows that it's real and not scripted.
All right.
Now do you see?
All right. We're changing it up this year with an RTS game, real-time strategy, city builder primarily. Anno 117 is. It's a Ubisoft game. Ubisoft developer Ubisoft has been in the limelight lately. I don't know if you've heard. Ubisoft froze trading with their shares. They delayed releasing their earnings report. And the word on the streets, Kernick, and you know I got my ear to the street.
On the streets?
On the streets.
My name's on street.
Was that Ubisoft was going to be acquired by Tencent, but literally
Or
like
the Saudis,
2 days ago,
or the Chinese, or the Saudis. It's one or the other.
A couple days ago, Ubisoft announced it was actually an accounting issue, which I don't know, is kind of hard to believe. And now they're saying their stock is doing great. So I don't know what's going on.
85%. Their stock's down 85% in the last 5 years.
When there's smoke,
And I wasn't
there's fire.
interrupting you. There was no sound. So I said, hello, Commodus. I don't know. I didn't hear anything. I'll let your intros be from now on.
Let me do my intros. Anno 117, city building, RTS, set in ancient Rome. Kernick, ancient Rome, year 117 is the year that the Anno series does.
Is that what that meant?
Yeah, that's.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Jesus Christ! For the first time, see these interruptions. For the first
I'm trying
time
to keep it real.
in the long history of now 8 games in the series, 1998 was the first release, mind you, but the first time you can rule over Latium in the Roman Empire or Albion in the Celtic Kingdom for a little change of pace. Whichever you choose, you can trade with the opposite province and a lot of mechanics
I really only
there.
did the Roman. I only did the Roman stuff, and I only did the male side. But I heard that the female side's not much different. But maybe that's
Same
not
gameplay.
true.
Yeah, you play as the wife
Yeah, there's
of
different
the
dialogue
governor.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Kernick, I brought you on because I only played. I did not play this game thoroughly, but Kernick, you have number one. You have an extensive history with RTS games, with
Yes.
StarCraft, Warcraft, and Civilization. But
Yes.
this is your first Anno game, correct? In the series.
Well, it's my first Anno game, but it's not my first game like this because I would compare it to several. It's Sim City 2000. I mean, this game's 25 years old, sort of. It's Roman version. It's much more complicated. I would say it's a Sid Meier Civilization mixed with Command and Conquer Red Alert mixed with Sim City mixed with Lemonade
Nice.
Stand.
So
you're a
what are
young
your
child.
what are your general opening thoughts? Give me a rating. We do the 1 to 10. What are your thoughts? I'd like to put a number on it.
My rating, honestly, for this, I'm going to say it's an 82 out of 100, and I'm going to say that because I can't give it a B. It's a B minus for some reasons, but it's a high B minus. It's not horrible, but there's plenty of stuff I didn't like about it, but I don't want to be negative. If you're a heady type of cerebral guy, if any of the games I've mentioned already, I wouldn't say StarCraft. It's nothing like that. So if you're a StarCraft player, don't. Maybe you'll like this, but that's not why you'd like this. If you like Sid Meier games, if you like SimCity, if you like Sims, if you like Lemonade Stand, if you like business games, if you like, Football Manager, I'd say is closer to it than StarCraft. So, you know what I mean?
see.
But it's a cool, it's super educational and cool. To be fair, that's where I would say is the benefit.
So that's what the Anno games are. Is they're primarily economic city builders. And there's a big focus, particularly in this one, and other Anno games too, in trade, diplomacy. Trade's a big component of it. So,
yeah.
and it's kind of unlike what would you say, like unlike StarCraft and Warcraft, where combat and perhaps
it's just
micromanagement
purely
of your
combat.
individual units versus AI or another player in a verse is the primary focus.
not like
So, is there? Let's start with that. How is the combat? Is there? I've heard about the naval combat. Is there any micromanagement of units? Is it?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
It's not. So I would say it's way more positional. It's way more about positioning your troops correctly. If you have your archers in the front, your riders or not your riders, your cavalry in the back.
Yeah.
You're obviously going to get wiped up. If you time it, this is what I'm trying to say. StarCraft is its own, in those types of games. I'll even put Warcraft 3 or those types of games. They are like their own meta. Like they have their own stuff. This one taught you how to properly attack in real life, if that makes
nice.
sense. Like loading the boats onto the shore takes time. I kept fucking up and kept having a couple boats that didn't unload. This is trying to be very, very much like real life. There's so many moving parts in this game that they don't have. It's more like Brood War, where we're trying to fit your goons up a ramp. Like you can't. Like it's actually funny that when you play this, you have giant armies in these huge squares, and then they have to go through a little tunnel, and you just see them like kind of like being like little ants, and just like like when you have ships coming up, like they're kind of running into each other a little bit. So but when you move the units, or you move like I would say like the formations, like you see. It's not just an arrow or a dot. You see like the formation, what it's going to look like when they move there. So it's like kind of cool. Yeah. But I'd say like to answer your question, it's not micro to the point where it's about APM. It's not about APM at all. It's completely about positioning. It's about doing things timing wise correctly. It's about having your archeries and your catapults and your ballistas and shit in the back. Like some of the interesting fights where like the way the campaign was set up, like they had ballistas on mountainsides that I could not get to with my troops. I had to walk around a fucking mountain and get shot up the whole time. So I had to get clever. How am I going to get up there? Oh, maybe we'll just draw them out first and then fight them on the open ground. Like it was way more cerebrally than StarCraft, which is all about quick twitch and instant, APM, actions per minute type stuff. It's not like that. Here's the part though. To even get to the combat's cool, and that's what's shiny, I guess, the shiny part. To even get there, you have to do so much, not boring, but like interesting, I'd say, city building shit. Like to put it simply, like
and that's the Anno games right there, dude.
Correct.
That's
so
it.
And what I think is interesting, where I'll give it the plus, and this is like I'm not an Anno game guy. This is my first Anno game, so like this is where maybe every Anno game. It's almost like when we did the Pokemon review, where I was like, I really liked how the Pokemon Center had like the old song from Pokemon Red remixed, and you were like, yeah, they're all like that.
Every game does that. Yeah.
Correct. Like you weren't blown, but to me that was charming because I just haven't played Pokemon games in a long time. So to be fair, some of the shit that's in this game could be in the other ones, but to me, first time entering this game, like if you've never played these, you should still buy it because at the end of the day, to feed an army, you need men. You need an economy to pay them. You need food. You need livestock. You need money to put weapons on them, to have armor, to have boats, to have piers. Like you can't even get there until you set up your city. That's what I'm trying to say. It's Sim City for the first bunch of hours. Then it's Command and Conquer Red Alert, where you're fighting the naval battles and dropping people off and then moving commanding troops around in the base. And to be fair, the combat's almost so different from the city building because it's like you have to set up your city to be auto-feeding you money and running on its own because you got to pay attention to the fights. You have to micro. And you're getting shit talked by the enemy the whole time, mind you. They have this little thing at the top of the screen that says like the percentage you're going to win. So and then as you make good moves, it changes. So you'll make like a sick formation or you'll flank with your cavalry and attack the back of their archers and wipe them out. And you'll see like almost like live betting, like in sports, you'll see your percentage starting to increase of your likelihood of beating. And then maybe the shit talking will start from the enemy. You'll get a little NPC box and they'll be like, "You think this is it? Charge," or whatever. Like and then they come out with like backups and shit. So it's definitely cool. It's definitely cool, but I was just going to say, like, you can run your city, just like in real life. You could be more economical. And, like, I used all my talents. Like
Knowledge? Is it the knowledge track?
Sort of. It's like it's like a web, almost like Path of Exile. And that's like where your researchers and your tracks, and you kind of put these points in them to them. And long story short, I focused mainly just because on the stuff that I understand, where, like, I was getting bigger profit margins for my food houses. I was getting bigger economic tax gains. I was, like, making my city rich. But you could also spend the points on like making your legionnaires have better armor and better shields. You can make your ballistas shoot farther and have better. So like you could be the Spartans and just be a warlord race, or you could be the Greeks and be more about education.
A cool mechanic that I know you can be really diplomatic, or you could be more military focused.
Yeah,
so you
but
could
if
be
you're
like,
too diplomatic, guess what?
Trade.
Yeah. If you're too diplomatic, guess what? Boats show up on your shore and start kicking your ass and you don't have any army. If you're too army, then your fucking army goes broke and you can't feed them and they start deserting. Like it's really interesting that it teaches you how life works. That's almost what I meant. So I'm wrapping it up. I know I ramble. Wrapping it up, in that sense at least, it was really realistic and educational. I learned a lot, even though I know a lot of this stuff already. But like if I was someone that didn't really understand how this stuff worked, I'd be like, this was really cool. It made me learn how a city functions, which is the purpose of the game.
A cool mechanic I saw that seemed to really make the city feel real was, number one, it was a huge focus on roads, right? Like roads throughout the city, right?
So making fun of myself here, the first hour, I was like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? And like I was like, why is nothing happening? And it's because I just wasn't connecting my stuff with roads.
Oh my gosh.
And as soon as I did it, people started going and like walking down the street and started to get lumber for me. And I was like I had lumber mills, I had all this shit built, and there was just like literally the people were like, you have to. Where the fuck do we walk? We don't know where to go. You can build a road. It was just that simple. So
that's
to
so
your point,
funny.
That's the basic. That's what I'm saying. Like the foundation, like almost like SimCity, where you had to do the plumbing underneath the ground and you'd raise the trees before you could even put the city down, like shit like that. You had to do the roads. You had to think about shit like that first. And that's where the cities could be, especially in the sandbox version, if you didn't want to do campaign, could be infinite. Like it could be like Minecraft in the sense where like you could just build crazy shit. You know what I mean? You could be like a total fish
two
town.
things. I want to comment on the on.
Yes. Sorry, I'm hopped up.
No, you're good. You're good. On the housing and the road. So I saw that like depending on the location of the housing that you built, it can influence like higher class versus lower class citizens. That kind of naturally plays out. For example, like if you build homes closer to theaters or gods or shrines, they could influence like higher class promotions, and people would kind of be a little bit more snobby and like demand more versus like if you did next to like a charcoal.
It's called needs. Their needs go up, and you have higher needs for different groups. It's like interesting.
So they are snobby. That wasn't
it's snobby.
just
Yeah, see, but like I didn't. So to be fair, I didn't know that. But like because the way I'm just trying to get ready for, like I was just playing the game, and almost when I would play it, I would talk to myself out loud, like, oh yeah, I'll put the bathhouse right down by the theater, and then we'll go for a show on Friday and get a little rub and tug through, and everyone's happy. You know what I mean? Like I was setting up my city how I would want it. I'd be like, oh, dude, look at the set it up. But then I started realizing, I was like, oh wow, the theater does look at. Oh wow, interesting. Oh, but then I shouldn't have the mongrel porridge farm right next to the theater. Because the people are coming out and they're like, this smells like shit or whatever, So it's like, to be fair, there's so much
little mechanics
so
that make
much
it real.
going on. Yeah, and then like you said, like just like in Roman times, like there's different gods. So like you could have different shrines on different streets and have little groups like kind of worship in certain areas. But then they, to be fair, I didn't get so deep where I explored all that because I didn't even know half of it was happening. I'm just trying to like make sure I don't run out of money. Because to be fair, it's a little bit unlike StarCraft where your money's constantly going up. Where from the beginning you have workers and you're building up money and then you have to spend it. You almost like to be good at StarCraft, you have to constantly have no money, because you want to be. That means like you're spending it. In this game, it's like your money's constantly counting down. It's like you're running out of money every second. You're running out of money. Make a decision. You're running out of money, and then you build roads. You're like, that costs money. How are you going to make money? And I'm like, I don't know. And it was like, you're running out of money deciding how you're not going to make money. So there was but then eventually the point is you start creating the city, you build up the income. So now you're making money. You're making 150 gold a second or whatever. But then you start building up armies and now it starts going down. Like just like the percentage is like, that's what I mean. Like you see how the levers of power all work in a city. And it's kind of interesting where, now to be fair, it's been almost 15 minutes. I haven't said this yet. The protagonist of this game,
Marcus,
is terrible. Like, I'm 5 minutes into the game. I'm like, I can't fucking believe this guy. I should have picked the chick. Like, I literally was I was like, this guy's a weenie.
Oh,
like,
wow.
I hope, I wanted my city to fail, so he got fired and impeached.
Really?
I wanted him impeached. Well, it was like, listen, we all love Luke Skywalker. But, in the beginning, he was kind of like a whiny little, like a little baby. Like, it's just like this guy, he's just so unlikable. Like, give me Kratos.
I've read that the characters, like, the voice acting seemed good. But I read that some of the characters were kind of flat. What are your thoughts on the voice acting characters and through the campaign? We're talking about the campaign here, and there's the sandbox end game, right? Or is the sandbox version of the game?
No, you can start sandbox right away. You don't have to beat the game first.
Yeah,
so
but
you can do that
there's
right
the
away.
campaign, and I hear the campaign was kind of rushed. The character.
No,
tell me about how the characters were. Yeah, it was kind of flat.
Before I even get to the characters, like the campaign was pretty good. It was rolling. Listen, now I can rant just like our episode about. You can tell
33 and stuff. No, not
you can tell that somebody who subscribes to the new Star Wars movies, we'll call it. You can tell a Last Jedi fan made this game. And that's all I'll say. I don't want to get down to the political roads, but like a Last Jedi fan made this game.
Quick little side. You build housing, and the people are in the city they're called the Liberty, which is a freed people. So Ubisoft seemed to conveniently dodge the whole entire Roman slavery institution. So yes, maybe a little historically inaccurate to avoid any.
And I'm not saying this was
game.
in year 117, but at one point Rome was 70% slaves. So again, that's the part where like I wish it would have been a little more bold in its ability to like kind of show you how real shit was and how a city back then was governed, because you try to be uber real in multiple ways, and then you went kind of half-assed on a lot of them. And I thought that was lame, personally. And then again, like, to be fair, like, eventually some of the war guys are cool and badass and some stuff, but like everything was just so weenie. Everyone was such a weenie. Like, I just didn't feel like I was the badass Roman Empire. I felt like we were like,
Right.
I don't know, just lame, you know. But no,
The
what was
campaign.
the other question? The campaign. Yeah, listen, the campaign's cool. I mean, like, again, it's cool, but it just ends. And
Yeah.
you know me, my favorite game of all time is Coder. And when Coder, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic for the normies, Coder 2, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, from Obsidian, Entertainment, like, they released it a year early. It was famous, like, hey, we need it out by Christmas. Just finish it. And there's no ending to that game, which is why Coder 2 has a hole in my heart. Like, it's an incomplete. It's a great game shell, incredible potential, incomplete game. So this game, I just learned this today, that like they found in the game files an Act 3 that they just didn't fucking do, because they obviously released it because Ubisoft is failing, need Christmas revenues, whatever, who knows, I don't really want to even guess, but it's clear that the game just kind of fucking ends. And they are, like, there's so many subplots and so many things that, again, I'm a Sopranos fan, so you don't got to wrap up everything. I'm fine with just like, hey, the real world ain't wrapped up everything. Real world has all kinds of mysterious shit going on, and no one knows. But like, they opened up so many things, and then it's just like, it's over. And I was like, what the fuck? That I did notice that. Maybe they want you to go sandbox. I don't know, but that seems like a mistake to me.
A person I follow is Raptor, who does a lot of playthroughs on the YouTube channel.
I actually had to watch one of his videos to learn how to fight, because my first couple battles, I was like, why the fuck
did a
am
lot
I
with
getting
this game.
steamrolled?
But yeah, Raptor, he said the campaign was like a very unfinished ending with a lot of loose ends and open storylines. And I've seen someone compare it to like the Game of Thrones ending, in a sense that was just so abrupt, and that perhaps the campaign should have some more goals for the player. Not to base our review off of what Raptor said about the game, but he's someone that I trust, and he has a lot of followers and stuff like that, and he's played a lot of the Anno games. So I found that pretty interesting take. That the campaign was kind of just like I heard it was like a 7 to 10 hour campaign, and it seemed just like a long tutorial, like showing you how to play the game.
Definitely took me longer than that.
Then it's just
took
like,
me
hey,
longer than that.
Hey, here's the sandbox now. Go do your thing. Go explore. Go take over islands, etc.
100%. That's what happened. And there's too much polish in the game in certain ways to make me think that that's deliberate. I feel like they just released it because the company's struggling and they needed sales money. Really, honestly, I believe that's what it is.
Yeah.
The part of like, I don't know enough about, like, I took longer time. I actually restarted a couple times in the campaign too, because I felt like I was fucking up, and like once I learned something's really important, I was like, I haven't been doing that the entire time.
Did you have any spiraling economic failure downfalls? Because the Anno games, that can happen.
Yeah, like sort of. Like I
difficulty
restarted
all of a sudden skyrockets.
But I started realizing, I was like, oh my God, I haven't been feeding people. Like, that's why there's no body. Everyone died. Like, I just was like, I'm starting over. Like, I just didn't understand. To be fair, the tutorial's terrible. There's no tutorial. Like, there's no, like, if you've never, I guess they assume you've played all these games before. I haven't played a game like this since SimCity or Sid Meier's Civilization 2, which is from the 90s. You know what I mean? I remember playing like Roller Coaster Tycoon, maybe in like 01, but like that's it, and that's not even these games. So like I really struggled at first, and I don't want to look, we're in a group of Slosser. You can't look stuff up. I mean, we all know that the shame that comes in our personal social circle when you use guides or whatever the fuck. Slosser's like, no, you gotta do it pure, and all that crap. So like, I didn't really want to look shit up. But it's the irony is the Raptor guy. I guess maybe he just popped up right away. But I just was like, how do you fight in this game? Because I just was like, well, I don't get it.
He has a lot of good stuff about the game, so definitely.
And like, I'm not a novice. To be fair, like, I'm an RTS guy, but like I got it, but like it just didn't seem. It was very complicated. So
how did it look, man? How were the graphics? Some of the voice acting and some of the voice stuff I've seen. Some of like the look. It seems like they did a pretty good job. You could like zoom in on the units and stuff. What were your overall thoughts about the graphics and stuff?
There's a first-person mode that's really cool. That like puts you on the ground floor. Like if you're looking at a true person walking through the city, you can kind of look. It's a little third. It's not like directly first person, but like you see them like Diablo a little bit, and like it's really cool. So now I don't know if that's a new feature. Again, that could be something that's been out for 15 years, but like to me that was cool.
Overall, how the game looked.
It looked beautiful, and I have a huge to me this is like almost like my monitor. I have one of those stupidly long curved 5 foot long monitors.
A 5 foot monitor.
Yeah, it's
right?
like 5 foot monitor long. Yeah, and it's curved and stuff. It's beautiful. So like
you have
to
neck
be fair,
pain playing that fucking thing. You're always like
looking at your neck. A little bit like my arm. I have to like kind of move. It's so wide across to go across the screen. No, but like to be fair, again, this was perfect. It filled the whole. It filled the whole screen. Like it was huge, and like that's what the other part too that is different than an RTS. Like there's no fog of war. Like you see all the defenses of your enemy. You see where their positions is. You see everything. So you almost have like the God, which is a God game. That's the point. You see everything. But like that's what I'm saying. The RTS element is I would say it's way more an economic management game than an RTS game.
Of course. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Way more. Like
and
more.
most of the
90%
Anno
to 10%.
games are. Yeah. Most of the Anno games
but
are.
the combat's cool. To be fair, it's cool, and you can get your ass kicked.
I've heard the naval battle's pretty cool too, managing the ships and stuff.
Yeah, I thought the land shit was way cooler. I mean, because
nice.
again, it's the same, but like it's just like the boat shit was cool because like there's islands and like little crevices, almost like pirate battles where you would like fight in like a little cove sort of.
Nice.
And then you can back out and bring in reinforcements and knock down walls and stuff. So there's cool shit like that. But I thought the positioning of the troops and the different types of troops was way more interesting, and having to like outflank a ballista or something like that.
Right.
And again, it's just, but yeah, it's hard, man. That's the other thing, too. This is hard. Like, if you're just a total casual, I would think twice about playing this game. Or I would at least watch a lot of stuff about it first. Because it's like, I could see you easily getting frustrated and having no fun. At the end of the day, the point of all these games is to have fun. I didn't really have fun at first.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like, if I wasn't knowing, like, hey, we're going to buy this game and do a review, on the channel, like, I may have been like, fuck this game. Because the character was so lame. I'm like, I don't even like who I am, and I don't like what I'm doing right now.
Marcus, yeah.
And then it was just like, oh, you have to build roads. Okay, now this game's a little more fun. But it was at first I was like, what the fuck is this? And this character sucks. But no, listen, the cutscenes were cool. Like like a Sid Meier too, which was cool. The last thing I'm like referring to, you'd have your little Senate guy talking to you, or you'd have your war general talk to you. Like this one, seamlessly pulling people in and out. There's these quests that keep coming up, and sometimes the quest is like, hey, upgrade your granaries or whatever the fuck, or upgrade your lumber. You need more lumber, and then you get little bonuses and stuff. So like the quests kind of help you along. But I just it was so much going on. You could play the game for 20 years if you really loved it. I didn't love it enough like that. To me, it felt like SimCity Roman Edition. It didn't have to be this huge $60 like new release, trying to make this a big deal. I do think the campaign is fucking weak in the sense that it ends. You could have made it 10 times as long and gone for 400 years, 500 years, 600. I mean, you could have just kept making it cooler, in my opinion.
Yeah, the campaign really. There's definitely going to be some DLC. There's definitely going to need some patches. I heard there were some bugs and stuff. How did it run on your rank?
I didn't experience any bugs. I experienced no bugs. I experienced no issues. I actually had high. I don't care about the frame rate bullshit, but I didn't have any visual issues at all.
You have what?
My rig's pretty sick.
Yeah, you have like a monster.
I think I have even the bigger one, the 5070X, or like the.
Damn.
So now my shit's rigged.
So I had you have a monster rig and it ran smoothly on PC.
Ran smooth, no glitches, no problems like that. I just thought again, I'm not Master Chief. I'm not Kratos. I'm not even a cute little Sonic the Hedgehog or Pikachu. Like I was this totally weak, limp-wristed governor who I didn't like. I thought there was no tutorial. I thought the tutorial was weak. Maybe I'm just stupid, which could easily be the case. The campaign was fun. It was cool. It ends. It's totally unsatisfying. But if you went into it just learning a lot, I was satisfied halfway through it, being like, well, this was cool. I just kind of felt like you rug pulled a little bit at the end. I was like, that's okay, cool.
For a for a City Builder RTS, final thoughts, like recommended play for B-. Gotcha.
Honestly, if you here's the bottom line: if you're a hardcore gamer and you have fun playing games, don't buy it. If you are someone that like isn't like you like Carmen Sandiego and you like playing games that are like more, I don't know, casino games and stuff like that, like it's just you should buy it because of how much you'll learn about Roman culture and how a city functions, than how much fun you'll have, if that makes sense. And maybe if that shit intrigues you, you'll have tons of fun with it. But I would say the average person will not have fun playing this game. Like if you're a 15-year-old kid, unless you're a straight A student, probably won't like this game.
Gotcha.
Alrighty, but good times.
All right, fair enough, man. Fair enough.
Yes.
Well, thanks for joining, brother. I'll see you again. On here soon.
Yeah. What are we doing next? What's the next game?
Oh, I got Kirby Air Raiders. I'm going to bash it, dude. I can't believe this game's $70. Unbelievable.
$70 for a
Kirby Air Raiders,
wow.
Dude. Yeah, I'm going to trash it.
Have I told you I've been playing Diablo 4? Did I tell you that? I hated it, and now something about it is pulling me in. We should do some type of retrospective. Maybe we misjudged it.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, probably not. All right. Good times. Good night,
Later,
Commodus. Good night.